Y'all, welcome back to another freaking video, dude. Today, we are going to be trying to figure out what happened to Luna, because I took her for a drive last night, right? And did a couple pulls, and then she started breaking up at like wide open throttle, and then the check engine light started blinking, which means she was misfiring. She threw a code. I pulled the code, and it said a cylinder 3 misfire, and then it said all cylinder misfire. Not sure what happened there. I cleared the code. However, after I cleared the codes, she still wouldn't go out of like limp mode and wouldn't let me go into sport mode. So something is not exactly right. We're trying to figure that out today. Kind of funny because like I was on a live stream with my Discord and I was like, hey guys, I'm gonna do a couple polls. I'm gonna live stream it for y'all. And there was 2 people watching me in the freaking Discord, and all of a sudden she just didn't want to give them a show. She was like, no, you know what? No, I'm not doing that. And then yeah, I think I know what it is. I think it is a spark issue, okay? Because the engine still runs fine when she's idling, when I'm revving her, when I'm driving. But it's when I go under load that she breaks up. So I'm willing to bet you guys it is a spark plug issue. And honestly, that's a really great thing, and I'll explain why. On a side note, it's been absolutely freaking gorgeous the past couple days. It's 67 degrees right now, which is like, that's so beautiful. It was 53 degrees yesterday morning, and then this morning it was probably around that too. It is so nice. Good to see that the Expedition's exterior thermometer or whatever is actually dead on accurate, which is really freaking sick, so that's cool. All right, so if it is a spark issue, no matter what, this is a really good thing that I'm gonna replace the plugs, because these plugs have been in the car before my first track day. Those plugs have 3 track days on them, okay? They've been beat to crap, and honestly, if it is a plug and it's because of the hard use, you can blame that on my negligence, I guess, because I didn't really take into consideration that like I beat the crap out of my car. The spark plugs are in the regular maintenance interval, but that doesn't really matter when you're beating on the car a lot. You know, I gotta think about that. With the oil, I'm good with it, but for some reason the spark plugs I didn't even think about. That's got to be changed. Now, the reason why it's a good thing is because those spark plugs are not gapped to the tune. It's a general rule of thumb that when you're running more boost or something, or more spicy tune, that you want to gap these spark plugs a little tighter than what they do from the factory. And the reason being for that is because you're just pushing a lot more boost and whatnot. And the plugs that are currently in Luna are completely gapped from the factory, as they should be for a stock Civic. A stock Civic Si makes around 16.5 to 17 PSI of boost. I'm pushing around 24, 25. Now, it's kind of a big problem. When I was running the 23 PSI base map tune, I didn't have any issues with knock control. That's probably because of the fact that the tune was not that spicy. It wasn't that spicy with the timing and whatnot, and she wasn't making a crap ton more power. The Phearable 1.5R tune is a very aggressive tune. It's noticeably more aggressive than the 23 PSI tune. So even though I'm only making 24, 25 PSI, which is only like 2 more PSI than the other tune, the timing and whatnot is so much more aggressive on it. And I believe, honestly, that right there is probably why I've been having knock control issues with her. After doing like a couple pulls, it'll go up, and it'll go up to like 0.6 and something, and that's just not normal. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that's due to the fact that the spark plugs were not gapped properly for the tune, which means new spark plugs gap them properly for the tune. She's gonna run better than she ever has before, and she probably might be faster. I don't know. I mean, it's not gonna be a huge difference, but I might notice a difference. I'm assuming I will. I'm very excited about that. At least for sure, the pulls will be more consistent. So, super excited for that. That's a rule of thumb for all of you guys that are listening. If you guys have tuned Civics with a turbo or something, and you know you're making a lot more boost and your spark plugs are still gapped factory spec, maybe next time, or you might want to take them out and gap them differently. You might get better performance out of them. If you're having knock control issues, that very well could be why. I will obviously confirm that. But for now, we're gonna get some breakfast from Wawa, of course, pick up some spark plugs, and I'll be right back with you guys. We'll go ahead and get it done. All right, guys, we got the goods. We got the NGK 95660 spark plugs, Wawa for freaking breakfast and lunch and whatever, and we got Luna. I am super excited to do this install. They actually only had 5 plugs left. I got really lucky. They only had 5 plugs left, so I was lucky to get 4. We're gonna go ahead and pop the hood on her, immediately get started. I'm super excited to see what those spark plugs look like, and I bet you that they're the problem. So let's find out. Alright, so we got the first plug out, and you guys can see, yeah, it's got some wear on it. Let me focus in just a little bit on it. Let's see if I can get... Bro, Hold on, maybe it's operator error. You know what? Fine. Either way, you could definitely see it's yeah, it's got a little bit of wear on it. So it's a good thing I'm changing them. This was from, I honestly don't know the order of the cylinders. I feel like I probably should. It's from the far one on the driver's side. So it's on the driver's side. So I don't know what cylinder that is. Obviously, a new one and an old one. There you go, there's the difference. They're the exact same gap. We're gonna go ahead and gap the new one to be a little bit smaller of a gap. And it should help their performance. We'll see. For the record, guys, I just looked it up. The gap that I'm gonna wanna run is 0.025, around that, 0.025 to 0.027 instead of the 0.030 pretty much that the SI plugs are gapped from the factory. Like I said, it's because we're running more boost. If you're highly tuned, making a lot more power, you're gonna wanna go ahead and gap your spark plugs a little bit tighter. So we're gonna go ahead and gap all those plugs down to around probably 0.025, get them all installed and see how she drives. Alright guys, so we got all the spark plugs gapped to 0.025. I'm really excited to see if this makes a difference. It should, I would assume. So let's get all the other plugs taken out, get it freaking going. Well guys, there's the old plugs right there. You can see they definitely have some wear and tear on them. 3 track days will definitely do that. But yeah, so these bad boys are now out. So we got the brand new ones in there. We're gonna see how much better she runs. I'm gonna go ahead and reconnect the battery. I disconnected it so that way the tune and the car can reset after all the stuff that happened yesterday because she was still having lights on. Just gonna do a hard reset, drive her. The tune does have to relearn the car now because of the fact that the battery has been unplugged, but that's okay. I actually kind of want that because I want the tune to learn the new spark plug gap and just the brand new spark plug in general. So we're gonna go ahead and reconnect the battery, take her for like a 15-20 minute drive, get her used to the tune again, do some pulls, and hopefully pray that nothing is really wrong. We're gonna find out. That's good news so far. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, it sounds really healthy. And I will say, she started up quicker than what she has been lately. So it just leads me more to assume that it was simply a spark issue because she started up faster than she usually does that time. That was a really rapid startup. It's been taking a little bit longer lately. So I'm willing to bet you it's a spark issue. It's beautiful weather today. So like, I mean, we can rip on it and stuff a little bit. And I'm really excited. So let's go ahead and take her for a drive. The first things I've noticed is when I started her, she started up a lot quicker, okay? But now I know something else too. She revs way faster. Wow. A very noticeable difference on the revs. It was like when I did the Expedition spark plugs. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, she feels way smoother. Oh, Luna, I'm sorry. I'm gonna bet you guys that this was a spark issue completely. So here's a lesson. This is 2 things. 1, change your spark plugs on time. Now, obviously, like I said, I'm in the interval, but I track this car. I beat the shit out of it. That's different. All right, I gotta do better. Do your maintenance properly, okay? Do your maintenance properly, and if you're running more boost, gap the spark plug tighter. Now, I haven't confirmed that to be an improvement yet, but in general, that's just what you want to do. She feels way better. Oh, lights went off, and we have sport mode. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, she didn't do that yesterday, so there we go. I'm not gonna beat on her just yet, because obviously she's still learning the tune, and I can tell. The boost is a little bit laggy. The timing is a little off right now because she's still trying to learn it. Oh yeah, way better. All right, cool. I'll be back. I'm gonna drive around for a little bit, and then once she's all good to go, we'll go ahead and freaking send it, and we'll see how she does. All right, guys, knock control is back at 0.49. She's running really good. I think we're ready to do a couple pulls. So when it opens up, I'm gonna go ahead and send it. Couple of. That was a solid pull, no breakups whatsoever. And she was scooting. She did not misfire at all, so it was a spark issue. Woo! I love this car, man. I know some people were thinking injectors, but I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but this car has been phenomenal for me, man. I mean, I put this car through its paces, and I mean, she has been just nothing but a Nokia phone to me, man. This thing has been a freaking brick. So I wasn't paying attention to how much boost I was actually making. I was definitely hauling ass. I know that one. But I mean, that was it. She pulled great. I mean, that was a really strong pull, and I can definitely tell that she's performing a little bit better. It was a little more smooth, a little more preppy. So those plugs made a massive difference. Mainly not in like speed, but in just how, in general, like, you know, the power's coming on and whatnot, how smooth it is. Yeah, she's definitely a lot happier with these plugs. So yeah, big time. Okay, so I just did another pull. The knock control went up to 0.52, and at first I was concerned, but I realized I'm on Wawa fuel, not on Shell. Wawa fuel is the very basic fuel. So yeah, with a tune like this, I'm definitely gonna have knock control issues with Wawa fuel. As much as I love Wawa, their fuel is not good enough for this tune. So that's fine. That's because of the fuel I'm on. And there's no Shell around here, which is kind of stupid. So I can't run a high grade, besides I guess Sunoco or something. But it's fine. But all I know though is that on that last pull we made about 23, I don't know, maybe 24 PSI, and she ran perfectly fine. Spark plug's been replaced, and that was the issue. She's running real good, so. Oh yeah, she's good. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. This car is a freaking tank. I hope I don't jinx that, but I mean, this car has been just amazing for me, man. Out of all the abuse I put this thing through, she just takes it. It's crazy. I will say, I changed those plugs around like 60, 70,000. My car has 97,000 miles on it. So, again, you know, you could easily say, well, that's not very long for a spark plug to go bad or something. Well, I tracked the car, and that's what makes the difference, is I beat the absolute piss out of it. This car is nuts. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Luna's back in business and better than ever, so that's freaking sick. Hope to see y'all in the next one, and as always, stay awesome.